The third installment of the hit original unscripted series, The Real World Homecoming New Orleans, reunites original New Orleans cast members, and two of them are joining us today. So excited to meet David Tokyo Broom and Matt Smith. Thank you so much for joining us. I have to know, though, guys, what can we expect? How different is the Homecoming versus the original?
Well, I'll take this one. Homecoming is we're all in our 40s. We've had a wild path in the last 22 years. We've each gone our own separate ways. And I think that was part of why we all said yes to this. It was a rare chance to see people who really played an important role in one another's lives, and a chance to be reunited in spite of our differences. And, you know, to find healing, to find forgiveness. And that's a beautiful theme in this series that you didn't quite get when we were just a bunch of wild 21-year-olds. This is more about adults coming together and finding a way to love each other.
Well, that was a wonderful answer.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
No,
yeah, do you want to touch on that?
I couldn't say that any better. Well, I mean, he's right. You know, it's the opportunity not only for people to see us come back together, but for us to be able to add to and compound the strength that we have together, and you know, and to kind of understand that we are part of each other's lives in a very unique way. So there's nothing more I can really add to that.
Okay, and I know both of you have been busy since your debut, if you will. So I don't know who wants to go first, but Tokyo, why don't we start with you since Matt went first the first time. What have you been up to since your debut?
Pretty much, I'm the same. I go to my corner of the earth and I write and I do art, and that's pretty much what I do. And I kind of take pride in the fact that no matter what happens, I just go back to being my hermit self. People will understand that once the show aired 20 years ago, after that, I completely went off the radar. And that wasn't because that's just me. It's not personal. It's not anything that was established or planned. It's just what I do. And coming back was, you know, just more for the love of my castmates. But as far as what I'm doing now, more of the art. I'm still doing the music, but more on a production for myself and my ideas and things like that. But pretty much that's what I do.
Yeah, you know, how can you talk about 22 years in about 22 seconds? I don't think you can. So what's most important is some people may remember from the show that, you know, partying wasn't my thing. The ladies, that scene was not for me. Strong religious convictions, and also just wanting to meet the one and waiting for her. So it's an uncommon story we don't hear very often, but to wait, to just not wait to meet your spouse, and then you wait and you wait. So the end of the story is love, marriage, baby carriage. I'm a father of 6.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I'm a very active, busy, overwhelmed, stressed, and blessed father. So they are my joy. And, you know, to come back to a show like this is very disorienting. I mean, really, we were only there for a couple of weeks. And I don't know if I ever got my footing because I'm so used to being a dad and a husband, and to just hang out with friends. I've not done that in 22 years, you know, so that was pretty wild for me. So anyway, yeah, so that's where I've been for 22 years.
Okay, just a quick yes or no from both of you. Let's start with you, Matt, since I know for sure you have kids. Is this a show, and I'm not trying to dog the show or anything like that, but is this a show that you would allow your kids to be a part of? And if so, what would you tell them?
I go first on this one?
Sure.
Yeah, she asked you.
Oh, yeah. Do my kids watch? No. This is a show for 40-year-olds. This is a show for people who remember us from 20 years ago. Not at all kids' entertainment. Would I let my kids do a reality show? Well, I have very young children, so that's a bizarre thing to figure out. I know that reality shows are very stressful. And it's very rare in the social media age where you're doing the editing. So your Instagram, your TikTok, your Twitter, it's all self-edited how we present ourselves to the world. A reality show is the exact opposite. If someone else is editing your story. So there's a bit of risk, and with that risk comes anxiety.
Yes.
So I would hope that my kids now, with the platforms we have, would find a way to express themselves in many ways, maybe a reality show in the future, but I think it's just one of many options if they want to share their story with the world.
Beautiful answer. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. It was such a pleasure to meet you, and I bet it is just very surreal to be able to go back and see your old castmates. So very excited for you. Thanks again. And don't forget, The Real World Homecoming New Orleans is now streaming on Paramount+, and you can see this segment again, of course, if you head to our website, and that's firstcoastliving.net.